And well, while diplomatic parleys continue to prevent spillover of the Israel-Hamas war, fighting is also raging on in the Gaza Strip. The Hamas-run health ministry says the death toll has stopped at least 22,700, while over 58,000 people have been wounded in the besieged strip. In the last 24 hours alone, 122 people have been killed in Gaza, and according to Hamas, Israeli tanks could be seen firing into Gaza from the southern Israeli side. Palestinians have been ordered to evacuate refugee camps in the north, while ground assault is centered around the southern city of Khan Yunis. This is the area where Israel says Hamas leaders are hiding. Israel claims that its ground forces and the air force have killed numerous terrorists and found several tunnel shafts in Khan Yunis in the last 24 hours. They also have said that during a targeted raid, troops found military vests concealed in a medical clinic. Amid severe shortages of critical essentials, 8 trucks entered Gaza through Rafah crossing from Egypt. This after the United Nations humanitarian chief warned that Gaza had become uninhabitable and a public health disaster is unfolding in the Strip.
Let me start with a statement from Martin Griffiths, the Under-Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs. He says that 3 months since the horrific attacks of October 7th, Gaza has become a place of death and despair.
Violence is flaring on other fronts as well. On Saturday morning, Israeli forces said they struck Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. This after Iran-backed group fired a series of rockets into northern Israel. Hezbollah has said it hit a key Israeli observation post with 62 rockets in response to the killing of Hamas's deputy chief earlier this week. Senior Hamas official Saleh al-Aruri was killed on January 2nd in an Israeli drone strike on Beirut's southern Hezbollah front. And Hezbollah has warned earlier that his killing would not go unpunished. To this effect, European Union's foreign policy chief, Joseph Borrell, met Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati. The Lebanon visit aims to advance diplomatic efforts to avoid regional escalation. Borrell has warned that a regional conflict must not involve Lebanon.
It is imperative to avoid a regional escalation in the Middle East. It's absolutely necessary to avoid Lebanon being dragged into a regional conflict. This is the last thing that Lebanon needs.
And ever since the war started, Hezbollah fighters have been engaged in skirmishes with Israeli forces. So far, at least 175 people have been killed in Lebanon, including 129 Hezbollah fighters and 20 civilians, while 9 soldiers and at least 4 civilians have been killed in northern Israel. The West Bank is also on the boil. A funeral was held for a 17-year-old boy killed during an Israeli raid. 4 others were also injured in the village of Beit Rima on Friday. Meanwhile, in the West Bank, Jerusalem's Greek patriarch has arrived in Bethlehem for the Orthodox Christmas. He will lead the midnight mass at the Church of Nativity. The church leaders have decided that Christmas this year will only be marked by religious rituals and not festivities due to the ongoing war. The Orthodox Church celebrates Christmas on January 7th.